Good day and welcome to my film report. You might be wondering why I chose to shoot my film in this style. This is for the simple reason that having a crew numbering 1 means that a simple film like this is pretty much the only option. Unless of course you use...
I'm trying to do my report, but I'm lost in these woods. And there's a witch who makes people stand in the corner because we shot the end of the film wrong.
Moving on. Out of the two films that the brief suggested I used, Avatar or Despicable Me, I chose Despicable Me. First of all, the genre. That is, of course, provided I understand this brief properly. First of all, the genre. As anybody can see, Despicable Me is a computer animated film, which automatically places it under animation. Which also brings with it the stereotype that the film was meant for children. In this case it is, but animation being meant for only kids is definitely wrong. Family is probably a better word to describe this film with, because the film's also intended to be watched by parents. In addition to this, it's a comedy, so the whole film is a family animated comedy. I could also add sci-fi to this, considering the large amount of mad science machines, but let's move on. The major theme of this film is essentially about knowing when to choose between what you want to do and what is the right thing to do. Despicable Me is about the supervillain Gru, who wants to steal the moon. This stems from a childhood ambition to go to the moon, and a wish to prove himself in the eyes of his mother, who was never impressed with his plans to do so, even being disinterested when he built a working rocket in his youth. To do this, Gru ends up adopting 3 orphan girls, who themselves seek a family to escape their less than happy orphanage, to distract one of his enemies while he steals the equipment he needs for his trip to the moon, but he ends up warming to them over time. Although he is later forced to give them up to proceed with his plan, which succeeds, he quickly gives up the moon when he learns the girls have been captured by the enemy and are thus in danger. Late in the film, when he reaches the moon and has shrunk it to the point where he can hold it in his hand, he notices the ticket the girls left him so he could attend their show. Dialogue in this scene would be unnecessary and potentially clunky. His emotions are clear to the audience from the expression on his face and his body language, looking back and forth between the ballet ticket and the shrunken moon, as if to say, was this worth it? Did I make the right choice? In other words, the sole purpose of this moment in the narrative was to show Gru's evolution as a character, how he has come to see the girls as being more important to him, and it's also the culmination of the scenes immediately after the girls are sent back to the orphanage, which also rely on a lack of dialogue, showing Gru visibly less enthusiastic about his plan. The music is somber, and we can clearly see he feels lonely now that the girls are gone, despite living with a mad scientist and an insane number of minions. And so that's my film report, provided of course I understood the right thing to review as a part of the brief. And yeah, that's it. Good night.